May kindness be how you smile. That's our intention for our practice today. That's how we'll show up. And let's say, to begin our practice, you're not feeling very smiley. I just would encourage you to invite that to be perfect, because your awareness of your mood is impeccable. If you're not feeling the smile, if you're feeling something else, that awareness is worth celebrating. That awareness is worth smiling at. And that becomes your avenue for kindness. See how this works? So welcome, everyone. Let's take a moment to turn a gaze inward and check in with ourselves. And let's invite the body to come into a posture that feels at ease. And so for you in this practice today, if that means lying down and maybe even having a rest, please allow yourself the freedom to do so. There are a lot of people in the community yesterday in our meeting who were really struggling with stillness. Stillness is not always available. And we don't access the merit of stillness by forcing ourselves to get there. We don't get very far hammering ourselves into submission. And so if stillness isn't available to you today, invite that to be perfect. And allow yourself the spacious freedom to move. I just would gently encourage you to turn off your camera if that's where you're at today. If you're in the sanctuary and stillness is difficult for you, feel free to stand up and move, sway, or lie down. Just honor the body. Meet the body where you are. Meet yourself where you are. This is an act of great kindness. And let's breathe together. Very simply, very gently, breathing in, breathing out. On Wednesdays, friends, we have been exploring for years, actually, Zen masters. We take our time to study the work of various Zen masters. And we choose a book, and then we take our time reading the book. We read this one book called Standing at the Edge by Roshi Joan Halifax from Upaya Institute in New Mexico. We spent more than 2.5 years exploring this book, and it was amazing. For the last several months, we've been exploring this book called Guide to the Bodhisattva's Way of Life, and this is the work of Shantideva, an 8th century monk, Buddhist monk in India. And the thing that I love about Shantideva is it's my view, it's my perspective from what I understand his legend to be. It's my perspective that he took the Buddha's teachings, the Dharma, to heart. In many, many, many of the sutras, the Buddha has been very clear to say, take what I'm offering and breathe it into your own life. Make it come alive for you. Don't try to do as I'm doing. Don't try to be as I'm being. Be you. do you and allow this inherent wisdom to be activated and to come alive and to guide you. Shantideva did that in a big way. He was a student in a world-renowned Buddhist university at that time, and he was radical. He didn't go to school. He didn't go to classes. He was kind of a rebel, as the story goes. He spent a lot of time outside. He spent a lot of time alone. He spent a lot of time listening and watching. And he created a map of practice for himself, a way that he could take the Dharma and apply it to the way he was brought up, the family he had, the friends he had, the perspective, the lens that he was seeing his world from, and he created a map that said, this is the way that I can be of benefit. This is what I can do with the karma that I have, with the body that I have, with the mind that I have, with the passions and creativity that I have, with the talent and skill that I have. This is what I can do. It was so comprehensive and profound that we're talking about it today. That's amazing. And it's funny because as I was preparing today, I was reviewing, I realized that I totally flubbed it up in terms of organization. I skipped a whole chapter, which is so fascinating. I thought we were on chapter 4. We're on chapter 5 called Guarding Alertness. And I completely overlooked chapter 4, which is called Relying Upon Conscientiousness. And so I'm sharing that with you because I'm doing what the title instructs. I am relying on my conscientiousness to convey to you that I made a mistake, and we're still A-okay. We're going to be fine. The world is not going to come to an end. And we will read chapter 4 after we finish the exploration of guarding alertness. And so I'm sharing this with you because this is a way of holding a mistake and being light about it, not using it as an opportunity to beat myself up, nor spend a whole lot of time perseverating on it. Why did I make this mistake? Why wasn't I paying attention? Look at all the ways I can be so easily distracted. Wah, 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 wah. It's so boring sometimes. And so conscientiously, I'm acknowledging it, and now we're moving on. And so we're going to come into the chapter called Guarding Alertness. And we're just going to read a couple of verses today. I want to begin by creating a foundation, a solid place upon which we can stand in the mind and in the heart as a protector, a guard, a guardian. And what we're guarding is our precious human life that can be so easily distorted, distracted, and corrupted. But what we're forgetting is that there is an incorruptible essence within each of us. Some call it Buddha nature. Some call it the divine imagination. Whatever you want to call it, There's something within each of us that is truly limitless and incorruptible. We have layers and layers of life and experience covering this, a little bit like a buried treasure. And the journey of recovery in its truest essence is to peel away those layers, to unearth that treasure. Some of those layers are related to habit energy, negative habit energy, like the use and misuse of substances, or the way we're violent in our speech and thoughts, the way we allow the immature ego to drive the actions of our lives, keeping us small and diminished, the way we stay asleep to the wonder of life. These are all the things that we're peeling away, we're brushing off, we're digging out from, so that we can gain access to the brightness of this Buddha nature. And we must guard it and protect it with alertness, pay attention, with our awareness, with our hearts, our creativity, our own wisdom. Otherwise, as I've mentioned earlier in this chapter, we become ruled by the mind. And the mind can take on unruly forms. It was very common in the time of Shantideva to refer to the mind as a wild elephant. They lived in an environment where they were surrounded by wild elephants and monkeys. So they used that craziness, that erraticness, that untamability as a metaphor for the mind. You have a thought, you have a feeling, which ignites a thought and a story, and before you know it, you're acting on it, acting out, reacting, being destructive and careless. That's the wild mind. The Buddhist practice is all about acknowledging that and learning to tame it, not through tying the mind down, holding it in its place, anesthetizing it, sedating it. That's not what this is about. This is about creating enough space for the wildness to exist, having an approach to an acting out mind and heart that is gentle and curious, kind and appreciative, patient and present. And when we can approach our own minds with these virtuous qualities, it's almost like magic. The wildness in the mind, the reactivity, the heat and fire of it begins to cool and settle. And things begin to open up. These are the words of Shantideva. I can accept losing my wealth and reputation, or even my livelihood or my body. And I can even accept my other virtues degenerating, but I can never allow my practice of guarding the mind to decline. With my palms pressed together, I beseech those who wish to guard their minds. Always put effort into guarding both mindfulness and alertness. Become a guardian of your own mind. And I like the addition of the word protector, because it's one thing to be a guardian and a guard. And a guard can kind of keep things imprisoned. This is not what we're talking about. This is about becoming a guardian as a protector, as a nurturer, as a source of profound encouragement and support. And a place to begin this practice is something Lo and I were discussing this morning. It's a quote, something Pema Chodron likes to say, which is the recognition within her. I mean, a very famous Buddhist nun. She says, "I have the propensity to be bothered." And so we all do. Like the littlest thing can set us off and sort of sour the whole day, you know? The sheets are untucked. My toast was too toasted. Whatever it is, something, some little something. There's a pebble in my shoe. There's a bug on my arm. There's a person whose face sours my stomach. I mean, whatever it is, something. We all have the propensity to be bothered, right? So, how can we guard? How can we protect that treasure within us? That if we're not careful, we're just going to act out wild, untamed, burying further this magnificent light. And all we have to do is look around and see how many people are governed by the monkey mind, the wild elephant mind. Reactivity everywhere, blame everywhere. I feel it. It arises in me on a daily basis. I turn on the media and it's there, reliably. I sometimes think I go to social media and the media because I feel like I've depleted myself on someone to blame, like it's a sport or something. So I need my daily dose of who am I going to blame today? And it's icky. It's such a toxic thing. Why am I allowing that kind of mental blight into the garden of my being? The answer is because I have the propensity to be bothered. So I guard that unbothered part of me. I protect it. I honor it, so that I am less and less bothered over time. So when you go out in your day today, just notice what's tripping you up, what's getting you bothered, what's that little annoyance, what's the splinter in your mind, as Morpheus from the Matrix likes to say. You know? Another thing to notice in the body, check out your butt cheeks. If your butt cheeks are clenched, you're bugged, you're bothered. Unclench your butt cheeks, see what happens. And friends, it is no small thing to come into this awareness. In fact, it's everything. Awareness is the first step. Without it, we are wild. And so your awareness that something is bothering you, even if you don't know what it is worth celebrating. It's worth smiling at. It's worth recognizing, wow, this awareness, I am bothered, is actually an act of kindness. And then you'll gain a little momentum to unearth a little bit more understanding, to reveal a little more clarity. Soon the brightness of what's incorruptible in you will begin to shine and guide you out of the wilds and into the safety of your Buddha nature. I'll end with this Juliaism. It's a practice. And we're not here to make this practice perfect. We're here because practice makes practice. So may this practice be a refuge of joy and play. May this practice be a refuge of innocence and wonder. May this practice be a place, a refuge, a sanctuary where we can explore awe and beauty. May this practice bring us into refuge of one another, and here we will gaze upon the expression of the divine in each and every one of us. That is our dedication of merit today. May you go into your day and may your smile be kindness. What was the sentiment? May kindness be how you smile. May kindness be how you smile. And even if people are like, you're so weird, that's so weird, you can just simply smile and think of a creative comeback, like, I know it's my superpower. Is my cape on sideways? Thank you. I take that as a compliment. Weirdness knows weirdness. You can come up with anything, but just try to see if you can avoid that defensiveness. No, I'm not weird. Fly your freak flag, peeps. The world needs it. May kindness be how you smile. And thank you for practicing with us today. We'll see everybody tomorrow, next time. Namaste.